top news headlines. COVID-19 second wave is almost ended, says Sashikumar Mangang. Two Hindu men killed in Bangladesh amid ongoing violent attacks. And Manipur registers 88 fresh cases of coronavirus, 2 fatalities in 24 hours. Good evening and welcome to Pony Television English News at 6:30. Before we move on to the news, a COVID awareness for the general public. We are collectively facing a pandemic threat that is sweeping across the humanity beyond oceans and borders. Considering the seriousness of COVID-19, it's about time we step up against this deadly disease, maintain a safe distance from others, even if they don't appear to be sick, wear a mask in public, especially indoors or when physical distancing is not possible. Choose open, well-ventilated spaces over closed ones. Clean your hands often. Use soap and water or an alcohol-based hand rub. Get vaccinated when it's your turn. Follow local guidelines about vaccination. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home if you feel unwell. This is Loving Rimai giving you the latest news update. A state-level weekly press briefing on COVID-19 pandemic was held at the premises of Ophthalmic Cell Directorate of Health at Lamphilpat today. During the conference, Sashikumar Mangang, Additional Health Director, said that as the number of COVID fatality rate has decreased, the second wave of COVID-19 is almost ended. There could be a rise in the number of COVID cases if the people fail to follow SOPs, but the cases would be less. He also talked about the types of COVID testing. Further, he cited WHO's instruction that if a state has corona cases between 50 and 150, then it cannot be considered a critical situation. Since the active cases in Manipur have lowered to less than 50 out of 1 lakh people, the COVID situation can be considered continuous improvement. He said with the release of universal vaccine and authorizing children from the age group of 2 to get jabs soon, there will be a vaccination drive for children. Officials of Directorate of Health Services, team leaders of COVID-19 and representatives of WHO and UNICEF attended the press briefing.
Vaccination ge timna yang phajana hona bidana koi mi lak manga ga lesing dramari ga sanipan kulum doise nahan bhaw te ngamre pula punsel laga Manipur da natural protection amasung vaccination protection da mi lak taramathui ga lesing marfu taret ka samani phuni panama leiraba mi khudimak se kap ya ba of course contraindication leibudu natana haibadi sahi ani ge angang su India gi oina sahi ani su ahum su kapwa yabagi authorization do be.
Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren today launched Star Education Manipur at Classic Grande, Chikmayrong. Education Minister S. Rajan, Education S. Director L. Nanda Kumar, Star Education co-founder and representative of Bridge International Academy BIA, J. Skimmelman, were the dignitaries of the event. Biren said his government has been providing the needs of the education sector during these hard times of COVID-19 pandemic. A huge budget has been spending, especially in education and health sectors, by the government. He mentioned that ₹2 crore has also been spent in providing mobile phones to students from the poor economic backgrounds for online classes, apart from arranging coaching class for UPSC aspirants. Biren mentioned that Manipur was ranked first among the smaller states of the country in the overall performance 2016-17 report of National Institute for Transforming India Niti Aayog School Education Quality Index 2019.
It's a Manipur-like state. We are not having any income, any revenue, any resource. But even though we are receiving it, because we do differently, I repeat again. Same budgetary provision was there, same setup was there, Chief Secretary was there, CM was there, Minister was there, everyone was there. But nobody was getting the free treatment card of ₹2 lakh. Nobody was getting. But now, after coming our government, we are providing 2 lakhs each to the needy people to get their treatment freely in the hospitals.
2 Hindu men were killed in Bangladesh amid ongoing violent attacks against the religious minority community in the neighboring country. The latest spate of violence occurred in the southern town of Begumganj as more than 200 protesters attacked a temple when Hindu devotees were performing the last rituals on the final day of Durga Puja, reported by news agency AFP, citing police. The attacks against Hindus in the Muslim-majority nation started over the alleged desecration of the Quran, the central religious text of Islam. After footage of a Quran placed on the knee of Goddess Durga's idol at a puja pandal in Kumila emerged, protesters attacked pandals and temples across the country. Reports suggest that anti-Hindu violence spread to more than a dozen districts across Bangladesh, including Naukhali, Chandpur, Cox's Bazar, Chattogram, Chapainawabganj, Pabna, Movi Bazara and Kurigram. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina promised stern action to the Hindu community leaders and warned those involved in the attacks on Hindu temples and Durga Puja pandals. The incidents in Kumila are being thoroughly investigated. Nobody will be spared. It doesn't matter which religion they belong to. They will be hunted down and punished, she assured while speaking to the Hindu community during an event at Dhakeshwari National Temple in Dhaka. India said it was in close contact with Bangladesh authorities over the anti-Hindu violence, noting that the celebrations were continuing with the support of the government. Manipur in the past 24 hours registered 88 fresh cases of coronavirus, which took the total tally to 122,432. The state also reported 2 fatalities. With this, the death toll stands at 1,895. The new infections were detected from a total of 2,010 samples tested in the past 24 hours, according to an official release from Manipur COVID-19 Command Control Room. It said the positivity rate was 4.4%. It also said that 20 people were recuperated from the disease in the past 24 hours. India recorded fresh 15,981 new cases of the novel coronavirus, along with 166 deaths due to the infection in the past 24 hours. According to data shared by the Union Health Ministry on Saturday, the country saw a total of 17,861 discharges in the last 24 hours, taking the total recovery rate at around 98.07% and total recoveries to 3,33,99,961. The total active cases of COVID-19 in India slightly dipped to 2.01 lakh, the ministry data showed, according to the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR. 58,98,35,258 samples have been tested up to October 15 for COVID-19. Of these, 9,23,003 samples were tested on Friday. Additionally, in the ongoing nationwide COVID vaccination drive, 97,23,77,045 vaccine doses have been administered. Of these, 8,36,118 were administered in the last 24 hours. Association of Eligible Candidates for Hindi Primary Teachers on Contract Basis 2021 condemned the recent government recruitment notice increasing the posts of Hindi primary teachers to 449 from 301. The association also condemned the relaxation of TET certificate by the Directorate of Education (AS) in the recruitment process. Since 2012, that has been made compulsory, the association said. It urged the Manipur government to recruit Hindi primary teachers as per the notice issued on February 17 last. United Front Manipur UFM has announced support for Wangkaimayum Sumati, a social activist who is preparing to contest the upcoming state assembly election from Lamshang constituency. UFM President Sapam Samungo said that in the 75 years of political history, no change has been visible in Lamshang constituency. He said if elected her in the polls, Sumati will be a good public leader.
United Front Manipur na Lamshang AC da bole pigadoriba Wangkaimayum Sumati da Sogatsari Hadana United Front Manipur na Lautoksari Sayi Umdrama da Manipur na Siwaka Hong Bamata Pol Latri Lambi Mai Tung Sing Hasidi accordingly or a Pony Adon Maruiva basic Adudi Koi Manipur Yogi Adana social activities in a whole Kiba Wangkaimayum Madam Sumati said, Sina Karigumba, Emilio in a car, Lamsang Kendagi, Motor Prasasam Sina, Emilio in a target Pira, Adoita United Front Manipur, good governance, some Laina Hokamada, good Emilio, any Havigi Pandamda, Koji, Madam Sumati, the United Front Company.
We'll be back with more updates after the break. Stay tuned.
Admissions open for pre-primary teachers training courses. 10 seats per batch for 6 months. 90% job facilities, also available online classes. For more detail, please contact Nawa Singdamsang office, Changangai, Makhalekai. Contact number 8837483810.
Welcome back after the break. Altogether, 13 active workers of Naga People's Front (NPF) joined the Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) today. A function to welcome them was held at the head office of BJP Manipur Pradesh, located at Nityaipad, Chutek in Imphal. Assam Cabinet Minister Ashok Singhal, BJP Manipur Pradesh President A. Sharda, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, Education Minister S. Rajan Singh, and several BJP leaders were present at the event. The NPF workers who joined the BJP were led by Hoppingson A. Shimre of Pungir constituency. On the occasion, Chief Minister N. Biren stated that such events clearly show that the BJP is gaining unceasing public support. He was also confident of winning the upcoming state assembly election by the Saffron Party.
Pungir, Gamzong district se Manipur ki manungda ihan hanba toti sing loinat thabo district mo oiris me level padiko sumiko ngasi Gamzong Europe ki lambi difference part of the state connecting directly with the capital city of Imphal. Matamamata Layamdama Mayam, Shabana Mandrov, medical facilities, police facilities, banking facilities, connectivity, seeking life of Mayam in the last 4.5 years.
Petrol and diesel rates hiked across the country for third consecutive day. In Delhi, petrol and diesel prices were raised by rupees 0.35 to rupees 105.49 per litre and rupees 94.22 per litre respectively. For the third consecutive day, the rates of petrol and diesel were increased by rupees 0.35 in the national capital. In Mumbai, petrol prices increased by rupees 0.34 to rupees 111.43, while the cost of diesel increased by rupees 0.37 to rupees 102.15. Petrol and diesel have been priced at rupees 106.10 per litre and rupees 97.33 per litre respectively in West Bengal's Kolkata. In Chennai, petrol and diesel cost rupees 102.70 per litre and rupees 98.59 per litre respectively. Oil companies started raising auto fuel prices over a week ago. The pause on the prices on October 12 and 13 came after a 7-day consecutive rise. Today, the prices were raised for the third consecutive day after a 2-day pause. The Scheduled Tribe Demand Committee, Manipur SDDCM, conducted a 1-day interaction program with political parties on Wednesday in Imphal to understand the stand and opinion of the political parties regarding the inclusion of Meitei or Meitei in the Scheduled Tribe list. The SDDCM stated in a release that the committee invited all political parties, namely the BJP, INC, NPP, CPI, CPM, NPP, MPP, RPI, Athawale, and all the 12 political parties of the United Front. Of the invited parties, INC, NPP, RPI, Athawale, and 12 political parties of the United Front attended the program held at the State Guest House. Bogendrajit said that considering the prevailing demographic imbalance in the state, it is the need of the hour to get recognition of Meitei or Meitei as scheduled tribes. Until and unless the recognition is not received, this section of the society, its identity, land and legislative rights would be gradually lost. He appealed to political parties to fight the election with the concept to address the burning issue of the state. In the meeting, most of the small political parties expressed their interest to support the ongoing demand of SDDCM, the release stated. The meeting was also attended by SDDCM Vice President Lieutenant Colonel L. Lokendra Singh, Chief Patron Moirangthim Naudalenkomba, and SDDCM Advisor Professor H. Jayanta Kumar. A team of Narcotic and Affairs of Border NAB of Manipur Police has arrested 3 persons, including a couple with 625 grams of heroin number 4 powder. A police source said that they were arrested by NAB team from Segmai along the National Highway 2 on Thursday around 5:30 p.m. after the contraband drugs were found in the car they were traveling in. They carried the drugs in 50 soap cases, it added. The arrested persons were identified as Yangkolen of Chandel district, his wife Nemnei Kim, and Helkomang of Tengnopal district. The police also seized a Hyundai brand car, i10, 3 mobile phones, and 3 Aadhaar cards from their possession. A regular case has been registered against them at NAB police station, the police added. A possible major tragedy was averted with timely detection of a powerful improvised explosive device, IED, in Kangpokpi district of Manipur, officials said. The IED was found planted by suspected militants near the main entrance gate of the 33 Assam Rifles camped at Modbung Bazar under Saparmaina police station of Kangpokpi district on Thursday afternoon. Soon after the troops of Assam Rifles discovered the planting of the IED, they called out bomb experts who defused the same around 6 p.m., the report said. The IED fitted on a cane weighed around 1.5 kg. A live hand grenade was also found nearby. The report further said the experts safely defused both the IED and hand grenade and later detonated it in a controlled explosion without causing any damage near the bank of a river. Police suspected cadres of a militant group operating actively in the district behind the planting of the IED. The first Federal Assembly of Naga Hoho 2019-2023, held in Dimapur yesterday, took several resolutions. The assembly held at the conference hall, Hotel Saramati in Dimapur, Nagaland. One of the resolutions is on the Indo-Naga peace process. The Naga Hoho resolved that it stands firmly on the foundation of Naga movement and their historical rights. The Naga Hoho said it believes that Nagas are one and the only way forward is to settle the differences through dialogue within the Naga family and to be unified in purpose by agreeing to converge at a non-negotiable position for recognition of the identity of the Nagas and integration of Naga ancestral homeland. Hence, today's assembly resolved to pursue and mediate for the early Indo-Naga political solution on the basis of the 3rd of August 2015 Framework Agreement. The second resolution is on strengthening of Naga Hoho. The Assembly resolved to pursue with all the disassociated units of Naga Hoho to reconsider their decision and work towards the larger interest of the Naga people and to strengthen the hands of Naga Hoho. The third resolution is on the Nagas in Assam. The August House resolved to appeal to the government of Assam not to further divide the Nagas living in Assam with special reference to Rengma Hills following the signing of Karbi Peace Accord, the resolution said. The fourth resolution is on the Nagas in Arunachal Pradesh. The resolution said that the Naga people have been living in their ancestral Naga homeland of Tirap, Changlang and Longding since time immemorial. Therefore, the First Federal Assembly of Naga Hoho unanimously condemned and denounced the order of the government of Arunachal Pradesh for removing the word Naga from the recognized tribes of Arunachal Pradesh of Tirap, Changlang and Longding districts, the resolution also said. Let's take another short break. Stay tuned.
Occasion singidamakta makhal kiyagi cake, haibadi, photo cake, layer cake, brunch cake, barbie cake, fruit topping cake, cupcakes in a chingba fongbigani, amadi adomgi apamba moongda cake customized tawbagi kudong chabasu pisari. Kudong chabasing asi lawbinabagi damakta lensing birau aikhoigi address NG College Road near Naurangtong. Phone number 9864112972. Aikhoigi online partner Food Wi-Fi amasung Food Web tagisu order tawiba yagani.
Welcome back after the break. The NSCNIM has asserted today that it would not allow the forbidden route to the Naga solution that is linked to foregoing the Naga national flag and constitution. This statement of the NSCNIM is significant as it came amidst the resumption of the peace talks after a long hiatus. NSCN's stand is loud and clear that it would not follow the forbidden route to the Naga solution that is linked to foregoing the Naga national flag and constitution, which is the face of the Naga political struggle and identity, it said, while adding, that would be no better than making comical entity out of the Naga solution. The NSCNIM statement further said that the Naga flag with divine origin cannot be traded or bargained to make the Nagas as infidel people. The NSCNIM said that the huge burden of the Naga political issue that the government of India is struggling to unload is not the making of the Naga people. According to the NSCNIM, it is deeply rooted in India's malicious pleasure of violating the historical and political rights of the Naga people for more than 6 decades. Ironically, according to the NSCNIM, when the issue got too hot to handle, the government of India started to indulge in divisive policy and flattery in the name of finding the Naga political solution. Saurashtra cricketer and former India U19 Under-19 captain Avi Barot has died of cardiac arrest. He was 29 years old at the time of his death. Barot was a part of the 2019-20 Ranji Trophy winning team. The cricketer, who also represented Haryana and Gujarat in his career, died on Friday. Everyone at Saurashtra Cricket Association is deeply shocked and saddened on the very shocking, untimely and extremely sad demise of Avi Barod, remarkable and notable cricketer of Saurashtra Cricket Association, SCA, said in a press release. A month-long Tangta Day celebration on the theme Tangta for Social Change kick-started today at the Kimax head office located at Kondung Mamang in Imphal. Organized by Tangta Observation Committee, the celebration will continue till November 16. Kimax President Ningthojam Ajit Kumar, Advisor Leitantem Damendro, and members of the association, Tangta players and well-wishers were present at the occasion.
Tangta Dongzariba, Amadi, Tangta Sina Loro for Masigi, Tongan but Togdang Simasi, Punamakna, Sau Yaminadana, November Tangtara Manga Pova, Masigi Toro Masigi, Iwana Puna, Sau Yaminadana, Niamda, Tangtagi, Oraiba James, Tangtana, Loramba Masigi Togdang, Kaminadana, Yamna, Masatopa, Kunaida, Apava, Nami, another for Nabonavada.
Before we wrap up the news, giving you the headlines once again. COVID-19 second wave is almost ended, says Sashikumar Manga. Hindu men killed in Bangladesh amid ongoing violent attacks. And Manipur registers 88 fresh cases of coronavirus, 2 fatalities in 24 hours. That is the end of the bulletin for the English news at 6:30. Stay tuned to Pony Television for more updates.